our podcast Wasted. I'm Yasmin.
And I'm Courtney.
Good to be back. After last week's episode about phone addiction.
I always say that I learn a lot about myself, but last episode I was like, yeah, I'm addicted.
Yeah, me too.
It's official.
Because I thought I was actually quite good, but
Well, I think you lie a lot during these podcasts. You know, when you
So
said you're
do
not a hoarder.
Oh my gosh. I think we both are. Thank you very much. But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah. Good time. Good times. I mean, we spoke a lot in the episode before about like keeping your phone out of the bedroom.
Turning off notifications. I did do that for TikTok, which has helped. Cause if I don't see it on my screen, like I don't feel the urge to like go reach for my phone. But I haven't taken the leap to do it for Instagram yet.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I do get quite a few memes and DMs from people.
No, she really does. What did I say the other day? I went, yes, do you not read any of your messages?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, I like to just scroll on there, but I don't like to have conversations. Like I like to just send a funny meme here and there.
Yeah, okay.
But when you start trying to have a convo with me, like it's just not.
It's over at that point. Just send the picture or the video and get about your day. Yeah,
exactly. So
I see.
What about you? Have you changed any habit?
I always have my notifications off for everything anyway, including TikTok. To be fair, I've been on it less while watching a movie.
That's good.
Or watching a film. Yeah, and I've taken up puzzling. So I've been doing puzzles. Is puzzling a word? I don't know if puzzling is even a word. But there you go. I've done that. So I've actually got
got a what?
a hobby.
Oh, a hobby.
I can't have just said that. It's just a puzzle. During the evening times now, I made brownies the other day instead of going on my phone.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do actually listen to my Alexa when she tells me to get off my phone now at 8 o'clock. But I'm learning. I'm at a slow pace at the moment, slow and steady.
I'm actually impressed. You've taken up puzzling. And
I don't know why, just
baking. I think that's really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very impressed.
Clap, clap for me. So obviously, if you haven't watched the episode, then go back and watch it and watch any of the others just to get yourself up to date with everything. But in this episode, we're going to talk about how to protect the value of your phone. Again, another big one, because there's a lot of things you can do to protect the value of your phone. So obviously, it's the season now. I mean, with the previous iPhone launch that happened, what was that?
Like a month ago
September?
Yeah, last month.
So we're seeing now that obviously lots of people are recycling their phones and upgrading to the newer phones. Even Samsung users as well. Like, we just say this because I feel like it just rolls off the tongue because I'm an iPhone user.
Yeah, any Android users were not
so you Android users, don't feel so left out. And obviously with the build up to Christmas, 9 times out of 10, you know you're going to get a new phone for Christmas. So I feel like it's the best time now just to go through some ways that you can keep the value of your phone and not let it get wasted.
Just before we get into it, it'll probably be beneficial to just speak about what makes up the value of a phone in general. So it's the make, the model and the memory. Once you have an idea of those main things, then there are other bits that you can do to protect the value. Things like the battery, keeping it protected with phone cases and things like that, because obviously you can't modify the other elements and features. Like, that is the phone that you have, so it's important to protect it as much as you can.
Absolutely, yeah. Do you want to kickstart these little tips
I
off?
will, actually. So one thing that you can do, whether you want to protect the value of your phone or not, it's just a good habit to have, is looking at your phone's battery. So we touched upon this like a couple episodes ago, charging cycles and how important they are. Obviously we're iPhone users, so we're going to talk from an iPhone perspective, but this does also apply to any Android phones as well. First things first.
Yeah, speak more about obviously like the battery life.
I think that's where so many people go wrong.
Yeah.
I have definitely in the past, because I just didn't really understand it. It's not obvious. You just think, okay, I need to charge my phone. I'm going to work the next day. I need to put it on charge, so I have full charge overnight. I'm ready for the day. But that's actually really bad, and you shouldn't do it.
Yeah. As soon as you see like the notification to 20% come up on your phone, you're instantly like, I need a charger. My phone's going to die.
Yeah.
Like sometimes now it's like, 20%, I'll wait till it goes to 10%. But I feel like as soon as it hits that 20%, it's gone.
Oh, 100%.
Like you watch one video and your phone just automatically dies straight away.
100%.
Like it never lasts at all, even if you put it on like the battery save, like power saving
I think
mode.
that makes mine worse when I do that. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know, it's weird. Every phone has a lithium ion battery and that will degrade over time naturally. It's normal. But there are ways that you can prolong.
Yeah.
As an iPhone user, we obviously know that our iPhone has a certain amount of cycles, charging cycles. So a newer iPhone will have 1,000 and the old ones will have about 500 charging cycles. So imagine if you charge your phone every day overnight to full charge, that is one cycle done. So can you imagine what it'd probably last you like a couple years then?
Yeah, almost 2 years.
And then that's when you'll start to notice that your battery or your phone is just not lasting throughout the day. It's best to charge your phone between 30 and 8%. Basically just top up your battery instead of leaving it to die and then charging it to 100%.
You think it's easier to be like, oh, let me charge my phone up to 100% because that's going to last me, and then I'm just going to let it die. I mean, yeah, there's not a manual on it when you actually get the phone. It's like, don't let it go up to 100%. Like when you get a phone as well, they're not actually 100% charged anyway. So when you open the box and you get your phone out, you're like 9 times out of 10, you have to charge it. It's not like back in the day when you'd have a BlackBerry and your phone would die and then you'd be like, oh, can I borrow your battery quick so I can just text my mum and tell her that my phone's died. Like you can't borrow another iPhone battery, you can't borrow another Android battery off of someone. So it does get a little bit trickier now. We're here to help you with that.
Yeah, exactly. Don't kill your phone battery prematurely. It's just not necessary.
But it is such an easy thing to do when you see your phone is about to die, especially if it is of a night time and you've got work in the morning or you've got school or whatever, or you're going out, you're like, okay, I'll leave it on charge overnight because then when I take it off charge in the morning, it's going to be 100%, it's going to last me the whole day.
But there are settings on most smartphones now where your phone basically learns your charging habits. So you can set a limit. So if you do want to charge it overnight, your phone will know that, okay, Courtney's alarm is going to go off at 6 a.m. So at 1 a.m. or something, we'll turn off the charging and then turn it back on at a certain time so that when you do wake up, it's fully charged.
Yeah.
But obviously there are ways that we can tackle this. Because obviously say, for example, you're going to work in the morning and your phone, it needs to be charged basically overnight and you don't want to wake up during the night to take it off charge like a baby. There are new settings on most modern smartphones where your phone will basically learn your charging habits. So you can put it on charge overnight and your phone will know that, okay, Courtney's alarm's going to go off at 6 a.m. Mm-hmm. So we're going to stop charging at 1 a.m. so that by the time she wakes up, it can be at 100% and it will continue charging at another time. And then that will help protect your phone's, charging cycles. So that's a positive. If you are going on holiday or going to work, you need to charge it. Yeah. That's a way that you can tackle that.
Yeah, moral of the story, if you charge your phone to 80% and then let it die down to 30%, then I think that protects the value a lot.
Just top it up.
Yeah, just top it up a little bit, like your car.
Exactly, that's literally what I was thinking.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't want to put a full tank in. Yeah, don't want to commit.
But then, it is sort of like a car as well in that sense, because let's be real, when you get a brand new car, as soon as you drive it out, like I've said this before in the podcast, as soon as you drive out the gates, it loses 20% of its value. Same things happens with a phone. You get a brand new phone, you open it, you take it out of the box, you've touched it now, it lost a bit of its value.
100%.
Phones are very expensive nowadays. They're £300 to £1,600. They're so expensive. So get your money's worth. When the time comes and you do decide to get another phone, you're getting your money's worth and it's worth it at the end of the day.
It's an investment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an investment, definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
Next one would be obviously make sure your phone's protected from wear and tear. So make sure you have a phone case on at all times, or a screen protector. I know you're looking at me. It's so funny because, can I just say, I haven't been here that long. So when I got my iPhone 14, I wasn't with you guys. So I wasn't in the know. And I feel like it's been a blessing in disguise of finding you for one and working here, because now I know how to keep the value of my phone, because I wasn't in the know that a year ago I wouldn't think to myself,
I'm going to sell this.
I'm going to sell this. Yeah. I would give it to someone, or I would never see it again. It'd be in a drawer. Honestly, so naive. But now, obviously, I'm in the know. I know these things. I know how to protect my phone to keep a phone case on it, to not charge it overnight like I used to do. It's so bad. But obviously, it's not just you guys learning; I'm learning as well.
We've all done it. We've all been there, definitely.
I wasn't in the know. I never ever thought to recycle my phone. I never thought to not charge my phone up to 100%. My knowing was, if you charge your phone, you charge your phone to 100% because then it's going to last.
That's literally how I felt as well.
Yeah. Obviously, I knew charging your phone overnight was not good for your phone. Like, it's not like, it's also dangerous. Like, it could set on fire and stuff.
There's so many horror stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, especially, and I heard one, I don't know if it's actually true. Someone just kept their phone under their pillow and it just caught alight. Yeah, it wasn't a good ending.
That is terrible because it's like with laptops and iPads and stuff like that. They do overheat even when you're just using it. Like regardless of whether you're charging it or not, it's like they will overheat. So yeah, keep it away.
Yeah, use protection on your phone. Use protection on your phone. Keep your phone cases on. Keep your screen protectors on, and then obviously it won't lose its value that much.
Yeah.
Tick.
Well said.
Another one.
Well said.
Thank
Next is basically sell your phone when you need to sell it.
Yeah.
So when you need to get a new phone, if your phone's broken or whatever, for whatever reason you need to upgrade, do it there and then, because our research showed that if you leave it too long, leave it in your drawer, you're shaving off £20 per month and it's losing its value every day.
£20 a month. Yeah.
So regardless of whether you want to get the most for your money or not, just when you need a new phone, sell it. Obviously for iPhones, we know the rule of thumb is, sell your iPhone a few months leading up to the next iPhone launch, and sometimes just after, because that window is where you're going to get the most for your phone. Android phones, we don't see as much of a value increase in, the months leading up to a phone release, purely because we know that they release several phones throughout the year, whereas Apple reserve only one
specific
phone.
Day. Yeah.
So it is a little bit different. But basically what we're saying is just skip the drawer process. Don't leave it collecting dust. Sell it when it needs to be sold.
Don't let it get wasted.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Another thing, only recently noticed this, that using dark mode can save the value of your phone as well. If you use dark mode on your phone, again, I don't actually know how it works on the Android. Do you have to switch it, or does the Android do it automatically? Because, with Instagram and apps, you've got to go into your settings and put it on dark mode. On an iPhone, not entirely sure if that's the same with an Android.
Maybe. Sometimes you can put a setting on where at a certain time of day, it will switch to dark mode. I don't know. Android users, you need to get in the comments.
Yeah, help us out here. You need to educate us on some Android tips. Dark mode uses on average 47% less power for your phone. So obviously you don't need to charge it as much if you're on dark mode.
It's not consume as much
power. Yeah,
because
you know when you put your brightness, because some people, I do know loads of people that don't have their brightness down at all.
Yeah, that gives me anxiety. I'm like, your eyes not burning.
Burns. Yeah, that burns my eyes. Because I know obviously when you're outside, it will automatically go up. Like sometimes when it's sunny and I'm trying to use Apple Pay or something like that.
Doesn't recognise your
face. It doesn't recognise your face. So you hide somewhere and my brightness will automatically go down.
Yeah.
But you can obviously use dark mode to keep that value, so then you're not charging it and your battery's not wasting, depreciating.
So those pixels in your screen also need to be protected, basically, because screen burning is very common in phones, in older phones usually. So using darker wallpapers helps this.
Because I actually just found this out not so long ago, that the pixels in your phone, what burns the screen. Some people have lines and that in their screen.
Yeah.
So with that, when you go to recycle your phone, when you say that it's in good condition, it's worth a lot more than if it was in poor condition. Our mobile phone screens are so powerful.
Yeah, they are.
You don't realise that. Like we said in the What's Inside Our Phone and Why It Matters, so much inside our phones that you don't realise the screen is the most powerful thing about your phone.
That's the majority of your phone is the screen. So it's important to maintain good screen health.
So while you want to keep your battery life healthy, you also want to keep your screen life healthy because that's what's going to depreciate in value. Another thing is, when you're using the maps on your phone, in your car, and you'll have it on the dashboard or whatever, the little phone holders.
Yeah.
Your phone's on. Sometimes, it'll mess up with the Bluetooth. So I'll have to use, my phone charger.
Yeah,
so my phone will be on charge. It'll be sunny. It'll be using power.
Oh, yeah.
So it will just go completely boiling hot, and then
Time out.
Your phone will give you that warning sign that your phone's going to stay on this screen until it starts cooling down. Then again, and you're thinking in your head, it's not good value now. My phone's probably had it.
I didn't even think about things like that.
Yeah, leaving it in the sun. So if you're out in the sun.
Holiday.
Yeah, on holiday, keep it in your bag or keep it in some shade.
It's like a baby.
Yeah, you have to take care of it.
I mean, I'm not like surprised because phones are like nearly $2,000. So it makes sense that there's all of these steps to take to like make sure that you're looking after it properly. But it's like, damn.
Yeah. It's like mobile phones, and then you got to think the same with an Xbox or an iPad or any sort of thing. Like everything loses its value, and it costs you so much money nowadays. So you really have to look after your...
Yeah, you might as well take these steps in after it.
You look after the product in itself, but you also need to look after the accessories that comes with it. Like you mentioned, your husband bending the chargers. That's another thing. And again, like people with like wired headphones. I've been seeing a lot with, you know, when like covering is off and then you see the wires. That's another thing.
It's actually a hazard.
Yeah. Even with hair straighteners, when you wrap it around, it'll end up...
meant to do that,
No.
But I do that.
Yeah. But I've got this thing where I'll put my straighteners in and then I'll like roll the wire up in like this other thing that's attached to it. Got it off Amazon.
Go on. Drop
well,
the
do
links.
Honestly, I think moral of the story, look after if it, especially if it's really expensive. Like you wouldn't buy a house and then ruin it.
Or like buy a big TV and just leave it in the sun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or leave it on all night. Whether you want to sell it or not, or if you want to keep the value, just like look after it.
Yeah. Like I say all the time, there's little steps that you can take to not only look after your phone, look after the environment, you do it for yourself as well. The more that you look after your phone, the more it's worth when the time comes to get a new one or whatever. So when you recycle it, you can put it in the good condition and you can get way more than what it would be if it was in bad or poor.
Exactly.
Silver lining, I say. You can also choose your refurbished phone.
By choosing a refurbished phone, you're protecting the value, prolonging the value of that device for another few years.
Yeah.
Instead of buying a brand new one. And also reduces the carbon footprint of that device as well. Basically, more of the story, buy a refurbished phone.
Yeah. And another obvious one would be update your phone regularly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Feels like a whole conspiracy.
Yeah.
About, I think people still even believe it. But to be fair, there was that whole issue with Apple, that whole lawsuit where they were found out to be, you know, putting some bugs and stuff into updates to basically make the phone lag and pushing people to buy a new phone. So that was a thing, but obviously now that's completely different. By updating your phone, you're preventing any bugs,
data protection. Yeah,
you can fixes, bug fixes.
Yeah, you'll protect your phone, but you'll also protect your stuff that is in that phone that you've got. Yeah. So there's you're less likely to have like hackers and stuff to get all your information because you've updated it regularly. And also, it doesn't actually take that long. I updated my phone to iOS 18 yesterday, and it took like half an hour.
Yeah, it's quick. It's worth like updating to get those software optimizations, I think. Do that too.
Yeah.
Well, like we've covered it all.
Yeah, we smashed through that.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helped you guys out a lot, even if it was just like a couple of tips. So yeah, how'd you find that episode? I think
it's good. Like, always feels good sharing good tips. And it's good to encourage people to try and keep hold of their phones. Yeah. And to get the most money out of it, basically. That's all we want, really, for you guys.
Yeah. Like, we're doing this for you. The kindness of our hearts for you guys.
Like Courtney always says, no gatekeeping over here.
Yeah, there's no gatekeeping over here, always.
Next week will be pretty exciting. 15 years of compare and recycle. How about that? Cray to the Z. So
yeah, it's going to be really good. You're going to have our opinions on what the website used to look like, what the logo used to look like. And this is like the first time we'll be seeing some of these stuff as well, because obviously we've not been here for 15 years.
Exactly. So it'll be quite new for both of us, I think.
Yeah. And there's no holding back. Like if it is going to be... I'm going to say it. Sorry.
It's still going to be a good time. So, a roasting sesh, basically.
Yeah, a roasting sesh of compare and recycle for the last 15 years.
Nice. Follow us for more content. Social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that lovely stuff. Subscribe, thanks.
So with that,
we'll see you next time.
We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.